The last video I posted on Facebook just showed that we have no rain, no wind. Again, Kihei, south, closest to the Big Island, which would be remarkably, in comparison, closest to the storm itself. Absolutely no wind and no rain. Why? These hurricanes that are man-made, which this one is, they don't draw up the ocean water. When a real hurricane forms, it uses the ocean water to power itself and to, bring in the moisture. Also, because I think when they installed the high pressure system, which would have pulled a lot more of the moisture down from below the hurricane up to bring the moisture onto the island, because they did that, this thing is not drawing up moisture anymore. And so, no rain at all. I talked to one of my friends via Facebook. She said the rain comes a little bit, then it stops, and it comes and it stops. Nothing unusual, nothing that they haven't seen before, just with a normal weather pattern. Again, dead wind, absolutely dead wind. So when you pay attention again to this, look below the hurricane and you will see a sharp 90-degree angle where the green is up against the orange and yellow, and that's part of where they installed the high pressure system. And we have these now strange, well, it's not now strange, you've seen it enough times, we have these strange white strips coming out, whatever they're doing there. And you would think that these were just glitches. Again, I've mentioned that, but watch what happens after they hit. Once they hit, they change the weather pattern, and that's what's very strange. Okay, so let's go to the next map. I'm going to make this quick since you've watched so many of these, and hopefully you will start getting the URL on your own and just watch it from there. Here's California. See if anything's going on here. Obviously, we can see they hit it with some, let me go back a little bit. They obviously hit with the EMF, if I can get it where it'll stop. Recently, let me grab my, there we go, the pin that needs to be in my middle. One of these, there we go. Oh, no, still does the same thing. Okay. Sorry, again, I'm using my tablet, which is easier to record the screen than the tablet. Okay, wait, I think I just saw it. Not there. We're still good. Okay, let me go forward again. And then back. Okay, here, some suspect imagery above California. But nothing too unusual. And let's go back to Hawaii and see what's going on there. See what else they're doing with the storm. I hope I went to the wrong one. Let me go back one. Oh, just hit the wrong one again. Maybe I should put my glasses on? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Then we get down here to Hawaii. And the storm itself, you can already see, it doesn't have form anymore. It's lost all of its power, form, and it's because it was never really a real, when I say real hurricane, I mean like a hurricane that Mother Nature would create. See, it's kind of blown apart. Do you see how cloudy and fuzzy it is? It's just really bizarre. Let me see if we can get the low cloud on this one. Take a look at this and animate this one and see what's happening. Okay, let's see. Just the whole storm itself just looks weaker. Those digital lines from a few hours ago, but the storm itself is weakening. Yes, they may be trying to steer it up north, but it's just not doing anything. I mean, if it goes along this projected path and the way it is, right now we should, one, have huge waves. I mean, huge waves. Hector, and I'm going to try to get some video to show you, was further off the coast, and we had 2 weeks of south swell. It is flat. There are just some areas that are catching a little bit of swell here and there, but mainly it's flat. Mainly there's no wind in South Kihei, and with this, when you see it spinning the way it is, there should be wind hitting South Kihei, because South Kihei here would catch all this wind, but nope, nothing. Still as still can be. So let me slow this down. Sorry it does this. It wants to make it bigger when I'm just trying to slow down the frames. Okay, so let's take a look now. It goes a little bit slower. Hold on, just play it. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to zoom in so we can see. You know, I mean, these winds should be wrapping around. If the eye or close to the middle bands would have 145-mile-per-hour winds, then we should definitely be seeing at least what would feel like our trade winds. But no, nothing. Dead wind. I mean, dead to the point where I probably have to put on the AC tonight because it's so humid. We've got a few clouds over us right now, but nothing. The storms that they generate might look scary. They might want to intimidate you with these storms. However, they're really nothing. My concern is what they're going to try to do with this blob of white over here on the bottom right-hand corner. But then again, does it really matter? We can see that whatever they did here didn't make anything significant enough to cause the normal reaction, the normal reactions on the land. You know, the normal things we would see, the high surf, we would see the winds, we would see the rain, but none of this. And keep in mind, if they had used, which we know, their aerosol spray to, you know, blow out and dissolve these outside bands, then if that's the case, these outside bands are not going to hold a lot of moisture. So let me see if I can try something else. Let's do I want to do the vapor, and let's just see what happens here. We can see the water vapor line. Okay, here we go. So normally we would have a lot more, at least from my experience living in Florida, a lot more moisture coming in by this time from the rain, but we don't. And so, sorry, let me get this slowed down. So let's take a look at this. I mean, okay, so we got a little bit of this purple here. We should still see a lot of rain, but the rain just seems to be appearing on the other side of the Big Island. It's not even hitting on the Big Island. And though it should be pushing and pulling this moisture in, it's not. So it seems like all the so-called moisture, if it really truly exists, is here in the eye of the man-made hurricane. And again, you can see the digital lines that are coming across, so that always makes me question what's going on there. But, you know, again, I just say be observant and take a look at all of these maps here. I'll come back on if I can find, when I can find the Hector stuff, I'll show you, because I don't think that they had manipulated anything with Hector, and it would be really cool to see and show you the difference of what I'm talking about. Anyways, everything's good here, everyone's fine, and that's all I have to say. Aloha.